Baptism is one of two ordinances that Jesus established for the church. There's baptism and communion. In fact, in Matthew chapter 28, Jesus says this to his disciples before he ascends into heaven. He says, "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." And so every follower of Jesus gets baptized. One, because Jesus did it, and two, because he commands us to do it. So after we place our faith in Jesus and receive salvation, we enter into the waters of baptism. And what does that exactly mean? Well, baptism is the public declaration of an inward change that has happened as we've come into faith in Jesus. And it means two things. One, it represents and symbolizes our partaking in Jesus' death and resurrection. Just like Jesus went into the grave, when we go into the water, it symbolizes us going into the grave and coming out resurrected into the new life that he has for us. And two, it represents us leaving behind our old life and entering into the new life that God has waiting for us. Now, baptism is not something that you have to do to get saved or to experience salvation. It's something you do after salvation. In fact, this is what the Apostle Paul says in Ephesians chapter 2. He says, "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast." Or in other words, the first step is placing your faith in Jesus and receiving the free gift of salvation that he gives us through his sacrifice on the cross. There is nothing else required to be saved. After that, we step into the waters of baptism. And so who is baptism for? Baptism is for anyone who has made a personal, conscious choice to place their faith in Jesus. We get questions sometimes about people who have been baptized when they were infants, and we believe that baptism is actually for anyone that has made that choice for themselves personally, to, as I said before, leave behind their old life and step into the new life that God has for them. Someone who has repented of their sins and accepted the life that comes in only Jesus. We believe anyone is able to do this personally, whether they're 5 years old or 50 years old, but it's something that we have to choose for ourselves. So if you've made that personal choice, as I'm assuming you have watching this video, to follow Jesus and you have yet to be baptized, I encourage you, take full advantage of the next opportunity. It's something that is a part of our practice of faith. It's something that Jesus commands us to do, and it's something that is waiting for you on your faith journey. If you have any questions about baptism or when the next ones are coming up, feel free to email us at info@kingschurchoh.com and we'll get you connected.